Alright you guys, so it is Devin the Realtor here on the beautiful island of Maui. So once again you guys, I'm going to be talking to you guys about 10 extra steps to make a smooth escrow process in 2022 on the beautiful island of Maui. So with that being said, you guys, I want you guys to take everything I say with a grain of salt. Make sure you consult your broker, make sure you consult your mother, your aunt, your uncle, whoever you need to talk to about to make sure that this is the correct information. So you guys, like I said before, this information in Hawaii based on my research, my experience, you guys, these are the things that make a successful escrow process. Okay, so be sure to go ahead and smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel to where I can keep you guys updated with some more tips and hacks and just things about real estate in general in Hawaii that is good to know if you're looking to buy or sell on the beautiful island of Maui. With that being said, you guys, I'm going to get into it after this intro video. So tip number one, this is super important if you're doing a 1031 exchange. So it's very important to provide the name of the exchange company to the escrow company as soon as possible, ideally within 2 weeks of opening escrow. The reason being is because 1031s are a time sensitive situation. So it's very important to get the ball rolling and to get that needle moving in the right direction when it comes to a 1031 exchange, because as I said, you guys, it is a time sensitive ordeal when you are entering into a 1031 exchange. Tip number two is making sure that all invoices are paid through escrow within 4 days before recording. Otherwise, the people who did work on the property, for example, like a surveyor or a termite inspector, or anyone involved can actually get paid through the escrow company, because everybody likes to get paid in a timely manner if they did work on the property that resulted in the transaction of the property being completed. Tip number three is something that nobody wants, but if there are any cancellations, all cancellations must be documented and in writing. They cannot be verbal cancellations. So if there are cancellations, you guys, there must be included signatures of all parties. And also, if there are any cancellations, they have to be assured that they are made in a timely manner in accordance with what the purchase contract says. Tip number four would be to make sure that you have a cashier's check from a Hawaii bank or wired funds into escrow 4 days before closing. If you're ever wondering on where to wire the funds, the escrow company generally and ideally would have this information on hand. So the escrow office will provide the instructions in writing for your transaction. Tip number five, you guys, is super important. So absolutely all documents must be signed by the buyer and seller and must be delivered and signed and sent to escrow within 4 to 5 days of recording. Tip number six is making sure that you, the buyer, the seller, and everybody involved in the purchase of the property gets absolutely everything to escrow in a timely manner so that they can process everything in the file and complete the transaction. So tip number seven, you guys, so 2 days before recording, escrow will review the documents and make sure they are recordable and that title insurance is obtained before the transaction goes through. So it's very important to have title insurance, because when you're in the middle of buying a property, you do not want someone coming out of the woodwork saying that they own, stake, or claim in the property or an interest in the property that you're purchasing. So it is super important to have title insurance when purchasing a property. And you guys, escrow has to have the completed file within 2 days before closing escrow. Tip number eight, you guys, is another time sensitive situation. Pretty much everything needs to be on point when it comes to deadlines. The reason being because the Bureau of Conveyance is where all documents are recorded for transfer on Oahu. So a lot of the paperwork that we do as real estate agents in Maui and the neighboring islands, unless you're on Oahu, it does take a little bit longer if you are on the neighboring islands and you're not on Oahu. So escrow makes sure that the lender's funds are in hand before noon the day of closing. So as I'm looking at what I put in for tip number nine, it is more of a fact. So documents are recorded before noon and the title is transferred. This is where escrow will disperse the funds to seller and the realtor's brokerage so that they can receive their commission. Alright guys, so tip number 10 is, last but not least, you guys, everybody must know the closing date of escrow. The reason being why everybody must know the close of escrow is because it can land on a weekend or a holiday. So it's very important for escrow and everybody in the party involved to know the closing day agreed upon by everyone in the escrow process. So with that being said, you guys, these are the 10 tips that I think will make a smooth escrow process when you are looking to purchase a property in Maui, Hawaii in 2022. So with that being said, you guys, if you guys can go ahead and smash that like button, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so I can continue to keep you up to date with tips, tricks, and hacks and lifestyle videos about Hawaii. With all that being said, you guys, it is Devin the Realtor here on the beautiful island of Maui. God bless and aloha. Alright, thank you for watching my YouTube channel, you guys. I always bring you some of the most exclusive, raw, and authentic topics and videos about Maui and everything there is to do on the island. Don't just stop here though. Watching this video, reach out to me here at 808-868-7501. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single video or share this with a friend. God bless and aloha from Maui.